Good afternoon from New York. We're coming on the air with breaking news about an exceptionally brutal day on Wall Street.
The stock market plunged on Friday with the S&P 500 having its second worst day of the year.
The Dow plunged 1,600 points. Both the Nasdaq and S&P 500 each saw the biggest drops since 2020.
Today, Wall Street experienced the worst day since 2020.
It's down 1475, 77 right now.
President Trump says the markets are going to boom. Well, that's one word to describe what happened on Wall Street today. He also said his tariff rollout
Ladies and gentlemen, Liberation Day is upon us, and things are looking rather bleak. But what if I told you that for the last couple weeks, I've been training in secret? I've been sparring with the masters, the gurus, the senseis. Me and ChatGPT have been working together to create something amazing. Just to give you a similarity, I have basically had a little time skip of my own, and I've mastered hockey. I have mastered Nen while these last couple weeks have gone by. I have become an expert, basically. By the way, nothing in this video is financial advice. I should say that now. Now, let me debut what I'm talking about. I have just changed the screen, and you're going to notice something a little bit different about my chart. Earlier, I mentioned, I was doing something with ChatGPT, sparring, that we've been working together. Well, what we've been working together on is a custom indicator, the Crypto Nerd Super Trader, the all-in-one system that does everything for you. And today, I debut it. In times of trouble, in times of need, when things are looking bleak, I have come to debut this amazing indicator. Now, before we jump into things, let me explain how this works. And before you freak out, I know we're going to be looking at some charts, but don't worry, I'm going to explain everything to you and make it super simple. Guys, now look, this line acts as a magnet, this central line here. You can see it flipping between blue and pink. When it's in blue territory, that means we're in bull territory. The price is going up. You want to be in the market. When this line is flipping pink, that means, we're entering bear territory and price will come down. Oh, it's the subscribe wand. Subscribe. Now, you'll notice a few other shapes throughout this chart, and these are built-in signals. For example, you see this green label here pointing up and this red label here pointing down. These are secondary confirmation signals. Let's take a look back here. You see where this line flipped blue on the Super Trader? This is where you'd want to buy, or you'd at least want to start looking for an entry on a dip. Let's say you get an entry here at 60K. You're waiting, and then you see this secondary confirmation. You see this green label. Now you know, okay, this is a strong buy signal. I'm doing really, really good. I want to be in the market. Then you catch this entire move up. You catch this whole move up. And then you're over here. You see it flip bearish. You see this blue line flip red, and you see this red label here. That's a strong sell signal. If you didn't take profit up here on either of these two pumps, this is your last warning. You better get out quick. Bam. And you can see that it worked quite well. You can also see a few of these these blue and yellow diamond shapes. These are further buy and sell signals. This blue line here is a strong sell signal. This blue diamond. This yellow diamond, likewise, are buy signals. You can see that we actually had a buy signal when Bitcoin wicked down here. Now, there's more things built in. And this works on any coin, any cryptocurrency, any coin, any token, and any stock. In fact, it also works on different government like indices, ETFs. It works on any financial instrument. Indeed, I'm very proud and happy to debut this. And I have a few things toggled off by default, but we can toggle them on. Let's say I want even more signals. I can enable RSI signals. Let's say I trade a lot more frequently. Bam! Now we have these pink and blue little triangles here. These blue triangles under the candles are buy signals, and these triangles are sell signals. Now, I should note that these are small because they're not as strong. These are weaker signals. higher chance they misfire. They're not going to catch like major moves, but they can catch smaller moves. So for example, let's say you sold up here and then you bought here and then you sold here again. That is, you're not making these major moves like, from here to here or anything, but you are catching kind of these little bumps in the road while we're making these bigger moves. So, that way you can even catch that. And you should be, kind of, I want you to notice the accuracy of this. Look at this. Down here, we have this strong move down. Bam, yellow diamond. Here, and here there was a misfire. You see a red label here. This was a misfire. But that happens, especially in choppy markets. I mean, all indicators are not as perfect. But you'll see that these blue and yellow diamonds are perfectly accurate. These triangles, the blue and pink triangles, very, very accurate. And you'll even see when they cluster up like this, when we have a cluster like this, they appear nearly together. That's like a very strong buy signal. Then you would have caught this move even. And here we had a green label. So hopefully you caught this, or you would have, caught that. So sorry, I'm really proud of this indicator. It's been, it does all the work for you, which is good. That's what we like to do. And I also have two more things I wanted to debut about this. Actually, one I'll get into a little bit later, but I also have automatic dynamic support and resistance bands, right? This is like the Bollinger Bands for those who know. The price likes to use this line as a magnet, and these are support and resistance bands. The price likes to bounce from this band down here. I know it gets a little bit more chaotic, more messy, but the price likes to bounce from the top line as well. So you could theoretically, you can see that, oh, it's breaking above this line. I should sell here. You could also see, oh, it's wicking under this line. That's perhaps a good time to buy. Another thing, when you notice a squeeze like this, you see how these two teal lines are getting really close together? That indicates that, hey, we could be having a big move coming up really, really soon. A big move meaning a strong push up or strong push down. And literally the next few candles, we've got this strong move down. So had we had access to this a few weeks ago, we could have predicted, or I guess a few months ago now, we could have predicted all of this in advance. Now, how do we know if we're going to have a big move up or big move down? Well, of course, we can't know for certain, right? Because no indicator is perfect. However, not only is this line pink, indicating bearish trend, but the slope of the line is also down. So we have two kind of indications that we're going to have a break to the downside. So including these resistance bands that are dynamic, we had multiple indications around here. These few candles that in the next few candles are going to be a strong break to the downside. So I wanted to debut that as well. But that's not why you're here. You're here because you want to know what's going on with all this tariff stuff. I believe that this pain is temporary. I believe that this panic is temporary. Now, that doesn't mean that things can't get bad temporarily. Everyone is asking the same question. Where are we going? Well, there are two things we can look at. Let's start by looking at our Fibonacci levels. This is another indicator that automatically places support and resistance bands. So we have an area of here of support, this top green line. The price likes to bounce from this. And as you can see, that it did do that multiple times on multiple occasions. And then when we lost it, it really went crashing down. But each of these lines serves as another one. And you can see now we're kind of at this yellow line. Or I guess that's what we were fighting. Now we're kind of in the middle. And Bitcoin is at this crossroads here. It's about to pick a direction, I think. Either we are going to get a V-shaped recovery where we go down and then we go up like this and we continue up and we make a V. Or we continue down. So the question is, will Bitcoin recover from here or are we going to see more downside? And quite honestly, I really do think it depends. It depends on what happens with these tariffs. If we have in the next couple days, all these countries saying, look, we don't want tariffs, so we're dropping everything, and then we drop them, I think then we're going to start seeing recoveries. If other alternatively, other countries are like, okay, fine, we're gonna fight back. We're gonna slap you back with increased tariffs. I think we're gonna see more chop and potentially downward movement. Now, a big question is, how strong is this 80K support? Are we actually going to lose this 80K support? I think it's possible. I do think so. I think if things continue to get worse, we don't get these tariffs kind of rescinded a little bit and everything cools off, I think we may be going down a little bit further. Yeah. Are we going to lose 80K? Yep. Are we going to lose 73K? And my opinion is that we better not. If we lose 73K, if the price of Bitcoin drops under $74,000, $73,000, I think the market is over. Actually, the bull run's over, and we are going back down. And I don't know how long we're going to be down there. Maybe we're going to get some weird thing where we go down a lot further and then we kind of go up again. I don't know. If that happens, if we lose 73K, we're going to have another discussion. But for now, we're going to hope that does not happen. I don't expect it to. 73K, extremely, extremely strong. Don't expect to lose that. Another thing that I wanted to point out that comes built into the Super Trader is you can enable, oh, that's not what I was looking to enable. You can enable this 200 EMA. And this plots a white line. Now, this white line is a strong support level. You can see back here, if we go all the way back, Bitcoin likes to use it to bounce off of it during a bull market, and it likes to, bounce off of it to the downside in a bear market. So here we go up, the price of Bitcoin goes up, and then when we got this chop, this a year long of chop in 2024, finally when the white line caught up and we bounced off it a couple times is when then we next got this huge big move up. And you'll notice, look where we are right now. Finally, the white line has caught up to the price again, and you can see this price is kind of fighting this white line here. So this is generally a strong support. Price doesn't like to stay under this white line for very long in a bull market, which I still think we are a big part of. So if we can reclaim this white line, get price over here about 86K and start moving up, really, really good sign for the price of Bitcoin. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I just wanted to highlight that there are multiple areas of support here. We've got our fib levels here that is, roughly at 86, 85, 86K. And we have our 200-day EMA, this white line here. So that is quite strong. Other things we can look at is we do have RSI is right smack in the middle. RSI doesn't know which way we want to go. But one thing that is interesting is that it does look like we are making higher highs on the RSI. So it looks like strength is increasing for Bitcoin. This is a bullish sign. This is good. This is quite good. Another thing we can look at is the OBV. As you can see, the volume of Bitcoin has dropped a lot. We've had a lot of negative volume, a lot of selling. But we have just crossed over this yellow line again, meaning we are above the average, above the EMA for volume. This has happened before, so it doesn't mean anything, major. It's not some immediate giant buy signal, nothing like that, but it is a good looking sign. We want it to stay above here, and we want it to slowly start moving up while we're above this yellow line. That is really good. Our MACD is not looking as great. We were way, way oversold here, which means price wants to come back up. And it's kind of just chopped, really. It's kind of just chopped its way back up. And now, as you can see, look, we're totally in the middle. So not clear here. Not clear. If we just take a look at regular volume, and guys, come on, bear with me. I'm still working on this indicator. It's not fully done yet. We are above the average line here. We've had 4 candles, I guess 4 out of the last 5 candles have been above this white line, which is considered a good sign. Now, when you put all of this, compare all of this to the fact that stock market has crashed significantly, but gold is crashing significantly. Lots of other markets are crashing. Bitcoin is pretty resilient. Bitcoin's price hasn't really moved. Now, this isn't true for altcoins. Altcoins have absolutely exploded, right? Those have exploded, doing really, really bad. But Bitcoin is kind of signaling its own independence right now, right? It's saying, look, I am my own market. It's saying, you know what? Stock market, you can go one way. Futures market, you can go another way. I am my own. We are cryptocurrency, which is like pretty cool. That's like cool for crypto. So if Bitcoin starts gaining strength, there's two alternatives. It's possible because Bitcoin's already down for the last couple months, so there's not as much selling pressure here. It's also possible that Bitcoin's kind of waiting a little bit to see what happens with the stock market. And if the stock market doesn't improve, Bitcoin will then crash again. And it was just lagging a little bit behind. Those are both possible. Maybe that's why altcoins have absolutely gotten destroyed. But if Bitcoin actually starts recovering here, altcoins, I think, are going to do really well. Altcoins are going to get shocked and they're going to be like, wait, okay, we're our own market. Every other market's going to start heading down maybe for a little bit. We're going to start moving up now. Then a lot of interest is going to go into altcoins and crypto. That's what I think. So I think we're at this pivotal moment where we could go down a little bit further and altcoins can drop to their bear market levels. Basically, Ethereum will drop to $1,500 to $1,600. All other altcoins will drop a lot. Or we're going to start showing strength here. And that means that crypto is going to have a really good quarter too. And altcoins are going to start doing really, really well. My general thesis is that you should be quite cautious right now and expect quite a bit of volatility as news drives the market crazy. I also think these inflation statistics are going to really, really affect the market. And these come out in about 6 days on April 10th. Mark the date in your calendars, guys. We need to see inflation come down here. If we see inflation below 2.8%, that means the Fed is going to look at it and they're going to say, okay, we can cut rates and start stimulating the economy, start pumping money into these markets. And crypto is very, very sensitive to that. So it's going to be really, really good for crypto. If this goes up, we're not doing so good. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, right? I want to quickly make you aware of an amazing resource available in our Discord. We have an exclusive custom developed AI trading assistant, and I'm going to show off one of the commands right now, /info, and then any coin you want. I'm just doing Bitcoin because it's, Bitcoin. It immediately pulls up a monograph about it. So you have a description of the coin, so you actually know what you're buying, because I know you buy coins and you have no idea what they do. We all do it. You have a details panel. Well, hopefully not anymore. You've got a details page so you can make a more informed decision. And you have a built-in automatic tokenomics rating system. So this Bitcoin gets a score of 100 out of 100. So this works on any coin. Make sure to join the Discord. It's only like $20 a month or something to get access to at least the AI trading assistant, and it's totally worth it. You also get market reports that post every single day automatically, taking a look at a few different indicators. So if that sounds like something you'd like, check that out. I do one-on-one calls on my website, so if you want to talk about your situation specifically, definitely sign up for that. Make sure to like and subscribe, and join the Discord. Yeah, thanks for watching.